Hey, I have a lot of perfumes on my wish list currently, so let's talk about them. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lapin. If you don't know who I am, now you do. I really enjoy perfume, but I'm definitely someone who owns quite a bit of them. So in the past, I think half year, I actually haven't bought that many. I don't really want to guess because I'm sure there's some I'm misremembering, but compared to the year before, but compared to the past 2 years, I've definitely bought less. However, there are some perfumes I have smelled and have tried that are in my mind and things that I'm thinking of getting on my trip to France later this month. By the way, sorry I'm holding my microphone like this. I just thought it was awkward to do a video where I have nothing really to show. So maybe holding this will stop me from moving my hands too much. I don't know. Also, I want you guys to see how I set this up to look cute. So cute, right? So I have about like maybe 6 perfumes I want to talk about today, or maybe more, I can't count, so we'll see how that goes. Before I share the perfumes that I want, how about you guys say in the comments below what are the fragrances on your wish list currently and like why you want them or why you're hesitating on them? I would love to hear about that. The first one I want to start with is a summer release. I think it's a limited release. It is Joe Malone's Carrot Blossom. And I keep telling people to be like, have you smelled Joe Malone's carrot perfume? You should go smell their carrot perfume. And they're like, what? Like their carrot perfume? Yes, their carrot perfume. It is so interesting. They had like a veggie collection. There was, I think, a beetroot one and like a buttersquash one. But the carrot one really like got me. I think it smells particularly good on me. Not to like flatter myself. It's not really about me. It's about just the perfumer, really. But it just smells very interesting. It's not usually the kind of scent that I would gravitate towards. I'm gonna put up. Sorry, I'm like leaning this way. Let me turn this way. You can see my cute clip. Oh, by the way, I did my roots. I cut my hair. It looks the same, but yeah. So the notes here are really simple. We only have basically fennel as a top note, then carrot blossom, and then patchouli. Y'all, I know, don't panic. You know, I hate patchouli, but I don't smell patchouli, okay? That is the thing. When you think of a carrot perfume, you expect something to be a bit earthy, a bit, maybe a little bit sweet because carrots are sweet. However, it doesn't actually smell at all like how a carrot tastes or how a carrot smells. You know, like les carottes râpées. How do you say that? Scratched carrots? Shredded carrots. It doesn't smell like that. It smells instead almost like a bit of a unique clean scent. I'm not someone who's partial to clean scents just because I find them a bit repetitive. You know, like that kind of soapy laundry, musky scent. I don't think they're bad. I think everyone likes nice clean scents. However, I like them smelling a little bit more unique, and I think this one hits the mark for me. I really have a hard time describing the smell other than saying it's mildly addictive, clean smelling, mildly sweet but not a gourmand, and not carrot smelling, but rather maybe a very mild hint of something earthy, but mostly sweet. Probably it's like the blossom aspect. There is something a bit addicting, like I said, and I think what that is actually the fennel. I remember fennel was like that one weird veg I would buy when I was at university. Like I was always just buying fennel, and when I cut the fennel, I hated how it smelled. But when I cooked the fennel, I loved how it tasted. I'm not really sure which part of it I'm enjoying or anything like that, but yeah, fennel is in the notes. Really, I think Joe Malone is very accessible worldwide. Please go ahead and smell it and let me know what you think, because I really can't put into words what it is I like other than the fact it's maybe a kind of unique clean scent and it doesn't smell like carrots. But it is highly up there on my list. It is like a small little orange bottle. It's, I think, 30 ml. I don't know, it just seems like something that I would like to have around. Okay, that's better. I was a bit too relaxed on my chair over there. I think Joe Malone in general, they have these kind of scents that are some are okay, some are meh, but they don't last very long. However, I found that this one was quite long lasting. I would always spray it on my hand. I sprayed it 3 times on my hand already at different Joe Malone like stands. There's like 3 Joe Malones near my work. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, and no matter how much time passed, I could always get whiffs of it just from it being on my hand. And I think everyone else could smell it too. I think it's actually a little bit strong. Like I would only spray it once. While usually I'm someone who does spray perfume quite a bit, I would only spray it once, and I think that would be quite enough. Anyway, I think this retails for around In the UK, around 60 pounds. In Hong Kong, it's around maybe a bit closer to 70 pounds. But I'm thinking of either asking my sister on her way back from the UK to France, maybe to cop it at the airport, or I will try and cop it at the airport duty free just to get it a bit cheaper. Yeah, please go and smell it and tell me what you think. And yeah, carrot. Also, just to finish up, I personally did not get a huge strong sense of patchouli on the dry down. I think I've worn it maximum only like 2 or 3 hours though, so I don't know. But it smelled really strong even after those 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, no patchouli, so that's a plus for me. Yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list. The next one I'm thinking of, and actually my friend and I tested this at the same time as the Joe Malone ones, is miumiu fleur de lait. It's I think kind of viral. I think a lot of influencers or content creators were posting about it being like a mango sticky rice type scent. I don't know if I would say it's a mango sticky rice because I cannot smell the rice in it. However, it is a creamy mango scent, but it's mostly mango leaning, but it's not super sharp or extremely fruity. It's just a pleasant mango scent that doesn't develop into anything that is too heavy or woody, which is what I appreciate. The notes up here are, according to Fragrantica, is literally just top notes mango, middle notes osmanthus, and base notes coconut milk. Actually, when my friend and I were testing this, it reminded me of a flower nose perfume that I think it's like from the Swan Ballet collection. I can't remember which one it is, but there is a Swan Ballet perfume that smells like mango on paper, and it actually smells quite good on paper. However, when it's sprayed on me, it smells extremely woody. So I did go back and sniff that. I do think Miu Miu's Fleur de Lis is nicer than the Flower Nose one, which I guess I would expect for the price point. But I think it's specifically because it doesn't dry down woody, or for me, it becomes woody immediately. It's a very, very heavy woody scent on me, which is like, this one's a bit expensive as well. I'm not really sure if I'd go for it. I think I want to see what the price is at the airport as well, or in Europe, something like that. It's not a huge priority of mine, but it is one that I think I would appreciate in my collection. I think it's interesting and nice and stays soft all the way through. So she's thinking about her. The next three perfumes are completely different from like designer like Miu Miu. They're actually from a more, I think, like a family brand. It's called Mochiglow. And before I even go into these, I have smelled a few things from Mochiglow. One of them is actually an old version of a perfume that I will mention later. However, the one I specifically sampled was a taro perfume, and I actually had a really bad experience with this. It was the kind of perfume I immediately went to the bathroom to try and scrub off of me. That is how much I disliked the scent. So I had a bit of a not so sure impression of them. But my friend did order their new milk sample set. Like they have a few milky kind of new scents coming out, and I got to smell all of them. Honestly, all five are good. Not all of them are for me, but all of them are good. And I didn't get any bad experience like with the Taro ones. So if you do want to check them out, I think that they are all very lovely scents. However, there are three that I want to talk about. The one I am thinking of getting the most is the pandan cream one. I really, really like pandan. I hate green things, but I love pandan. Around this time of month, like around the end of June or July, there's a froyo place in Hong Kong that has limited flavors like every month, and they have a pandan froyo that I absolutely adore. I have to have it every year because it's only during that month I can have it. And if I could find something that smells exactly like how that tastes, I would be like in heaven up there. So I did try the pandan one, and actually we had a bit of an odd experience because on my friend it smelled a bit sour. It didn't smell like pandan. It smelled something different, almost a bit yogurty. But on me, well, that's even more complicated. So the first time we sprayed it, it smelled exactly like pandan. It smelled creamy and has that, pandan, if you don't know, it has a bit of like that coconutty scent profile that is really nice. It's not quite coconut, but it pairs well with coconut, I guess. But yeah, it smelled exactly like that in a creamy way, and I was really into it. I don't think it had long longevity though. After maybe 2 hours, it was basically gone, or like you can only smell it if you were really close like this, which is a bit unfortunate. However, when I resprayed it, it did end up smelling like yogurt on me again. So I'm not really sure what causes it to smell different all the time. I think I've sprayed it maybe like 4 times overall, and sometimes it just smells like pandan, and the other times it smells like a bit of a sour yogurt smell. I'm not really sure what causes this. If you have experience with this, please let me know. On my friend, it mostly smelled like yogurt. By the way, I keep saying a sour yogurt scent. This is not necessarily like a stinky yogurt scent. I like yogurt scents. I liked heavy cream. I like another yogurty scent that I'm going to mention later. However, it's not exactly what you expect from something called pandan cream because pandan is not something that's sour. And it's also, I don't know, it doesn't give me an impression of being a yogurty perfume. Like it's not intended to be. I'm just gonna read you the notes now because I actually forgot to read them out to you. So apparently the fragrance notes are pandan chiffon cake, vanilla buttercream, coconut jam, which is like kaya, and condensed milk and pandan leaf. So we're heavy on the pandan. We have two pandan notes, but we also have a lot of milkiness in there with the buttercream and I guess the condensed milk. I'm wondering if the buttercream is what's giving the kind of sour sense to it because it can lean that way, but I'm not sure. But yeah, despite this, I think it has a very unique scent regardless like of the way it leans. I do like the slightly yogurty scent, but I think it's really the pandan cream scent that I would like. So the reason this is on my wish list is because I like the pandan cream scent. However, I'm a bit hesitant because they are quite expensive and also I would basically have to like import them, so I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but it is on my mind. The two other perfumes from them are from the same collection. I'm going to talk about these two very briefly because they're not ones that I was mostly thinking about, but they're also ones that smelled good enough for me to consider. The first one is the melon milk one, which I believe is a reformulation of their Melona perfume. I love Melona. I haven't had Melona in I think 5 years. The reason for that is because there's milk in it, so I can't have them. But I do love Melona. I remember the first thing I did when I landed in Korea for the first time was at the airport. We were at a convenience store, and my friend brought me to it and said, "You should try one of these." And she gave me a Melona. And I ate it, and I was like, this is great. I love this. It was amazing. I've been trying to reach that high ever since. But yeah, so the fragrance notes for this are juicy honeydew, sweet cantaloupe, ice cold milk, whipped cream, and vanilla sugar. So when I mentioned how before I had a bit of experience with mochiglow, being that I smelled two perfumes, one was the Tara one and the second one was something else. That Melona one was the something else. My friend Annabelle received that as a gift, and it smelled exactly like Melona. It's like a 1-to-1. It's incredible. This one I would say also smells pretty much exactly like Melona. It smells very lovely. If you like Melona or just melon scents, you will enjoy this perfume, and I did enjoy it. But the thing that actually made me think about it the most was as it dried down, like within maybe just 10 or 15 minutes, it took on this very candy-like quality that I enjoy. Maybe more of a melon candy rather than a melon ice cream. And I loved it. It was very, very yummy. So that is why she is on my mind right now because I love me a good melon candy. And of course, the Melona opening was very good as well. Sorry, I keep slouching. It makes my neck look super short. Ugh. I mean, my neck is short, whatever. Yeah, that was definitely a very delicious scent that I'm considering as well. But again, the price point makes me reconsider. And I also don't think they're very long lasting. I think these go for like 60 USD each. Last one in the line is banana milk. My friend really likes a good banana milk kind of scent. And the one we found that was actually like a really good fit was by Hilde Soliani, except it's really expensive. I can't remember the name of it, but it was very accurate banana milk, but completely unaffordable. However, I do think this is a really good alternative. It doesn't smell purely like banana milk. It smells half half like foam banana and banana milk. So if you don't like foam banana, I don't think you'll like this. However, if you like both of those, I think you will enjoy this perfume, and I definitely enjoyed it as well. The notes are sweet banana, creamy milk, creamed honey, marshmallow, and banana candy, foam banana. Honestly, I think this is a really well executed banana perfume. It's nothing grotesque like some other banana perfumes I've smelled. I think it is quite delightful. The reason this is on my wish list is just because it smells good. However, I don't think I really need three perfumes from the same collection, if that makes sense. So right now, the perfume I'm leaning towards the most is Pandan Cream, but it's not really urgent either. But I also really like the other two. Like those three perfumes, yeah, I think they do it for me. They are really nice. I would go Pandan Cream first, Melon Milk, and then after Banana Milk. But yeah, those are the three on my mind also from Mochiglow, which surprises me because honestly, I did have quite a negative impression of them from that taro one. I know it's just one perfume that smelled like not great on me, but like it really smelled not great. I'm glad that I have a more positive opinion of them now because all five that I smelled were quite good, and those three are especially quite banger. I'm gonna finish this off with two perfumes that have been on my wish list, I think for the past year or 2 years at least. The first is from Chabaud, it's lait de biscuit, and it is a milky, biscuity scent. The notes are just biscuit, vanilla, and caramel. Very simple. I own lait concentré from them, which is condensed milk basically. And it smells exactly like having that pot of milk simmering on like low heat, in the kitchen, maybe right before you pour it into your hot chocolate. Like just that kind of milky scent. It is incredibly photorealistic. It is delicious. And because of that, it is the most perfect scent to layer a bit of extra milkiness to it. If you don't like photorealistic scents, please avoid like chabaud lait concentré because it is literally one to one the sense of milk simmering. Lait de biscuit is of a very similar profile from what I remember. I did have a sample for it. It is just a bit biscuity as well. And the reason why I haven't bought it, even though I've had my eyes on it for like 2 years, is because mm, lait concentré and lait de biscuit, they really do overlap a bit in terms of the scent profiles. It's like one of them is just pure milk and one of them is milk with a bit of biscuit side. Despite this, they are both really, really good. And the reason I think I'm changing my mind on lait de biscuit now and why it's now on my wish list, again, as in like wish list I'm actively seeking out this time, is because I'm going back to France this summer and my friend and I are going to stay in Camargue. If you don't know what Camargue is, it's the place in France in the south with the flamingos and the white horses. It is like, anyways, I did do a little searching because while I'm in France, I want to look at some perfumes that are French and that are stocked in France. And I was surprised to see that Chabaud's store is actually located near Camargue. I think it's in Montpellier, which is not that far. So I am planning to ask my friend to go on a trip with me to Montpellier for one day. And I would love to go to their actual like perfume store and smell things and then cop their perfume at the store. I think it's just a great opportunity to finally get a perfume that I've wanted. And also take the time to smell their other perfumes because like I don't know, Lait Concentré is really one of my all-time favorite perfumes. It is I think my number one milk perfume. Should I make a video ranking my milk perfumes? I think that would be encroaching a bit on a certain fragrance content creators like identity as the milk perfume girl. So, but yeah, if you guys want a ranking of milk perfumes of the milk perfumes I have, let me know. Little Biscuit, she is up there along with Jo Malone as perfumes that I'm very likely to get in Europe. The last perfume for today is one by Theodoros Kalotinis, which is a perfume house or perfume guy or both. I can't remember which one it is. I think that's the actual name of the guy and that's just his brand. But everything he makes is so good. I think that his gourmands are some of the best and they range from just being delicious perfume gourmands to photorealistic gourmands. From the top of my head, I have some favorites. The first one is Pear Gelato, which I really, really do love as a perfume. The second one, which I don't own but is strong in my head, is Cinnamon Rolls, which is a photorealistic cinnamon roll scent. It smells like, if you like the scent of being in Cinnabon, then you will like this perfume. I don't know if you want to smell like Cinnabon, but if you want to spray it in your room and pretend you're at Cinnabon, then you need to cop this. It's also quite affordable, I think, for what it is. Yeah, so one of the perfumes that I did have a sample for and I actually finished it really quick was Peach Macaron. This is one of their more expensive perfumes. I think it's like 150 euros. I think it's like a eau de parfum or something like that. Wait, I don't need to say I think, I can just check. Sorry, it's an extrait de parfum, so it's a bit more expensive. I think you may have heard me talk about this perfume already in the past because it is a perfume I had last year that I really enjoyed. But I never went for it because it's quite expensive and then I would have to import it. So it's like, But regardless, the fragrance notes are just peach, macarons, vanilla, and burnt sugar. I do have a slight protest here, which is that although it's called peach macaron, it doesn't smell like a macaron almost at all to me. Instead, what it smells like is a really delicious sweet peach yogurt. So this is the yogurt scent I was talking about earlier. I really like yogurt scents. I think it smells tangy. I know some people don't like them because they might smell sour, but I don't know. I like yogurt. What can I say? This peach macaron one is a bit of a candy like peach yogurt, but heavy on the yogurt side. It doesn't smell like a pastry, it smells very lactonic yogurt. I really want to get a full size of this. I actually don't know if I will. I think it might be like I'm still torn on it. It's another one of those perfumes where I was like, when I'm in Europe, maybe I'll get it. Or I'll ask my mom to get it when she came. I actually didn't ask her to get it for me because I changed my mind back then. If you have a chance to smell it, please go ahead and smell it. You know what? I think I should look up if theodoros kalotinis has stockists around the places in France where I'll be because I want to smell like all their stuff. I think that guy just has incredible gourmands. Okay, quick video from me, I hope this time. Those are the perfumes that I have been thinking of. I think right now the priority goes towards Joe Malone's Carrot Blossom perfume as well as Chabaud's lait biscuit, just because I think being in Europe would be good times to capitalize on getting them. And I believe Carrot Blossom is limited edition to summer, so I don't really want to miss it. The others, I think I'll have to think about it, but they are perfumes that I definitely enjoy and like they are in here in my head. Again, do let me know what's on your fragrance wish list because I am genuinely quite interested in checking out some perfumes. And also, if I could request it, if you have some specific brands, like European brands, that you think I would enjoy checking out while I am back in Europe for the first time in like 8 years, then please let me know. I have time. I will look. I will make my way there. I'll see you guys in the next one. This was a shorter one from me, I hope. I hope. And if you want to see some more videos from me, I'll put something up here and I'll also put my channel down here if you want to check it out. And then I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.